we're going to get the second derivative of this, and we're going to find what I'm going to call critical numbers, even though they're only called critical numbers on the first derivative. So when I do the derivative of x, that is 1. And when I do the derivative of natural log of x, you have to put whatever's after natural log on the bottom, and then you take the derivative of that on top. So I need to do the derivative of this, so I want to think of this x. I'm going to move that x up to the top to make the power rule really easy for my derivative. Okay? So I'm going to do my second derivative using this thing. So the derivative of 1 is 0, and the derivative of x to the negative 1 is going to be negative x to the negative 2, which would be negative 1 over x squared. So now what I need to do is I need to find where f double prime is 0, or where f double prime does not exist, where it's undefined. So what you do is you take your second derivative, and I would take my top number, set it equal to 0. This is never true, so I get none for this. And then I want to find where x squared equals 0. So x squared equals 0 when x is 0. So then I want to, okay, now this one's a funky one. All right, so what I'm looking at is, to find the poi, I would be plugging 0 in up here, right? But we got a little bit of a problem here, because if I do f of 0, that would be 0 minus natural log of 0. Well, this does not exist, because one of the rules for natural log is whatever this number thing is right here after this natural log, that thing has to be, oops, another person here. That thing has to be greater than 0. And it is not greater than 0. It's not even there. So what that tells me is that this graph does not even have a critical number. So there aren't going to be any poise. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a number line, and 0 doesn't even work. You can't do a natural log of 0. That's not even in the domain. So it's 0 going to the right, because anything to the right of 0 would be fine. So all I want to do is plug in a number over here somewhere. So I'm going to plug in the number 1. So if I do plug in the number 1 into the second derivative here, I'm going to plug it in. This is the second derivative chart. So if I plug the negative 1 in there, this is going to be, you got negative 1. This negative I'm going to put on the top is a negative always, and whatever you square is a positive always. So that means this is negative everywhere. So what this means is f is concave down, not including 0, and forever to the right, this would be concave down. Okay, so this is concave down forever, and there are no poise, because there are no critical numbers for there to be poise. So let me just show you on a graph what this graph looks like real quick. So I'm going to type in the original function and try to show you that this function is, oops, I didn't put the concave down. I left the word down out. You need the down in there, so let me write down in there real quick. So you may not have this calculator on the test, but I'm just going to show you that it works. I'm going to hit y equals, I'm going to clear that off and put x minus natural log of x. Okay, and I'm going to go regular graph, so there's my graph. So, oops, I didn't put the graphs on the wrong page. So if I look, I got a mistake here. That's concave up, not down. I'm going to make a mistake. That should be concave up, it looks like to me everywhere. Did I make a mistake plugging something in? Let me check this out again real quick. 1 over, oh, this is a minus sign. There's the problem. That should have been a minus sign right there, not a plus. And that makes this a minus sign, not a plus. So when I multiply, that makes these positive. So that makes this positive over positive, so it's concave up everywhere. So if you look, me checking my graph made me realize I'd made a mistake. I'd made that minus a plus. So it should have been concave up everywhere. So if you look back at that graph again, you can see this is concave up from the beginning and nothing changes. Anybody else have any they want to see? By the way, if you guys see me make a mistake like that, please yell at me and let me know it. I hope you caught it. I'm getting no more questions. Again, I want to reemphasize before you take that quiz, you need to watch 5.8 and 5.9 and get that stuff down before you take that quiz. And you got 20 minutes on the quiz. It doesn't say if you use a calculator or not. You really don't need a calculator. But since it doesn't say if you want to use one, I'll let you use it because you need to practice using them anyway. But again, if you use a calculator, sometimes that takes more time away from your work. So, because it takes time to punch all that stuff in. I'm still waiting. Anybody got any questions? All right. Well, I guess we're done, and I will see everybody tomorrow. Please be careful out there. Have a great day, and work on this stuff and upload it into Canvas. See you tomorrow.